Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about ReZero Season 2, The Adventures of Subaru and fan favorite Rem. Just kidding, we'll see you in Season 5, Rem. It's been a long time coming. 2016, I believe, was the first season. Took a few years for Season 2, a lot of hype. Was it great? We're going to talk about it. Now, just so you're aware, I have read the web novel, so I am a big ReZero fan. I really enjoyed Season 1. I think the story's a lot of fun. It's just a great fantasy world full of mystery and excitement. Before the season, all the intellectuals who have also read the web novel were saying, yes, Season 2 is going to be an all-time great. It's going to be an anime classic. We know better than that, don't we? We are not intellectuals, we are simple peasants. Anyway, the Emilia flashbacks. Who dis? What's up with that door? We don't actually know, we still have no idea. But I really like the questions that it sets up. This little girl appears to be perhaps our big bad for the series. We don't know much about her, but she is super powerful. Who's gonna stop her? Subaru Natsuki! I think that's kind of the fun, is that Subaru is so pathetic and weak, yet he still is able to take out these people that nobody else can. One thing that's great about the Emilia flashback is, of course, Betelgeuse. We all remember him from Season 1 as being totally nuts and crazy. And it's really interesting to see him being a supreme gentleman in Season 2, and the tragedy that befalls him and Emilia's adopted mother is really sad, but it's also a very good story. A bad Otto versus Garfield. Now, when I read the web novel, the endless web novel, I remember the battle between Otto and Garfield being one of the marquee moments. And I remember thinking, this is going to be really cool when they animate it. But it just sort of happened. It's just like, okay, I'm Otto, I'm running away. And Garfield chasing after him. And sort of the outwitting of Garfield didn't really come across too well in the anime. Garfield was unbeatable. Nobody was going to beat him. And the fact that it was Otto, weak Otto, that did it, it was epic. I just didn't feel in the anime that it was epic. It just sort of fell flat. Anybody else feel that way? Leave a comment, let me know. What did you think? Beatrice steals the show. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. And I really like that we take this mysterious little girl character who's cute and we give her a darkish backstory. It's good stuff. It's powerful stuff. Beatrice is the MVP of Season 2. Someone else who I really did like in Season 2 was Satella. Now, we all are suspecting that maybe Satella isn't the big bad after all. I feel like it's basically been confirmed at this point. There's a lot of speculation that Subaru is the reincarnation of Shoelaces, I forgot his name. Basically Satella's old lover, and he is there to save her, although she asks him to kill her. And he says, no, I promise I will save you, which is an interesting moment. Emilia, listen, I am a Rem person. I think that she blows Emilia away in every way, and Subaru is a fool to not be with Rem, or want to be with Rem. Although in the web novel, everybody, it's suggested that he wants both Emilia and Rem. Will he get the harem ending? We'll have to see. I do predict he will be with Rem in the end, though, one way or another. Emilia, as we learn in the flashbacks, is frozen in ice at a young age, and then she gets out and then begins her adventure. So basically, mentally, she's like a 10-year-old. That's Subaru's love interest? Any of you Emilia Subaru shippers need to think about that. The whole thing with Emilia saying, I think I'm pregnant because we kissed. Ha ha ha, like very funny. You know, I thought it was stupid in the web novel, it's stupid in the anime. It's just dumb. Like, why are we illustrating how stupid our main female character is? Like, why do we have to do that? It's not cute. It's a Japanese humor thing. I get it. Another good thing, the Roswell flashbacks. Who dis? What the frick is going on? Everybody's up to something. Why was Echidna so afraid of him? We have characters popping in, popping out, being set up for later, but that's part of the fun of ReZero is all these mysteries. I have to know. The worst thing, the rambling on and on and on that happens. The most blatant example I can give you is there's a conversation towards the end of the series between Emilia and Roswell, and it just goes and goes and goes, and by the time it's over, you ask yourself, what the hell was this conversation? And just so you're aware, this happens in the web novel. These chapters are so freaking long, so much irrelevancy in conversation. And another example I can give you of that is when Subaru was trying to get Beatrice out of the room that was on fire. I like the struggle. I like some of the slow developing things. But in this instance, like so many others in this series, they're saying the same thing over and over. I don't want to leave. You need to leave. But I don't want to. But you have to. But what if I don't think it's a good idea? Well, I do. And it's like, okay, come on. Okay, honestly, you want to know the truth? We could have taken 3 or 4 episodes and eliminated it from the series. Gone. And then what we could have done is we could have focused more on Otto v. Garfield. We could have focused more on some of the cool elements like Maylee. Where was Maylee? She's barely in it. She's one of the best characters. Of course, we'll see that in later seasons. We could have had more fights. Of course, it's harder to animate a fight than it is a conversation. And maybe that's the core of the issue. Maybe that's what's happening here. These are all micro things that I'm talking about here. Let's take a step back and look at the macro. Rem gets into a coma. I really like that. It's a quest. Save one of your main characters. Take as long as you need to do it. But then all of a sudden, it's, we need to go into the sanctuary. Emilia has to pass this test. And then it's like a few episodes later, you're like, well, what the hell are we doing here in the first place? It's like it's unfocused, I would say. What is the point of all of this? Now, you could argue that for the entirety of the series. Go to somebody and tell them what ReZero is about. You'd have a hard time. ReZero is about a boy who lives, but then he dies and he comes back to life and he's in a fantasy world. Well, what is he trying to do? He's trying to make this elf, half elf, the queen. Okay, why? You see, it's not easy. ReZero, though, I'm a fan. It's a ride. It's an experience. But this arc was just, the best word I can use is tedious. It's building up to something. It's building. And it's like going up on a roller coaster. Do you ever really have that big drop, though, that you love? I would argue in this season that no, it's all kind of just meh. It wasn't fun. It felt like work. And every episode that came out every week, I wasn't excited about it. I can only imagine people who haven't read it, how unenthusiastic you must feel about the future of this series, because this season was just so dull. It gets better. The next season is going to be like a full fight for nonstop. The season after, The Tower, that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know how they're going to adapt these things because they're so freaking long. Before I give my score, I want to get Anne. Anne only watched most of the second core because I didn't want to go back and watch the first core again. I was like, you just hop in with me here and I'll tell you what happened. Anne, what did you think? Go ahead.
I have fallen asleep during parts of it. Oops. Yeah, I know. So I didn't catch everything. I felt like sometimes they would go on and on and on, and I just wanted them to get to the point. A lot more character development. You were really getting in their heads, which, like, that part I liked to some extent.
What did you get out of 10?
Like 6? Like, I just wasn't really excited to watch it.
Thank you, Anne, for your opinion. Please get out.
Welcome. I know how important it is,
All right, so there you have it. See? It's not just me. And we don't talk about these things because I want to keep this pure. My score, out of Re 10, honestly, I'm thinking I would give it a Re 5.7. Yeah, I know, that's pretty low. I think Season 3 has a lot of promise, though. Everybody I'm sure is dying for Rem to come back, but you gotta wait a lot longer, okay? You gotta wait. I'll see you later. Goodbye, like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Huh? Wake up! Oh. Help! Rem's sleeping.